guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amanda, and by the title you can tell this is my December wrap-up. I know it's going up a little late, but the way other videos were set up, this just worked the best for me. Let's talk about what I read in December, because I did read some really great stuff. I read 7 books in the month of December, and most of them I did not own myself. They're library books, so I'm just going to put a picture up here on the screen. The first book that I read in the month of January was Fury Born by Claire Legrand. I got this as an ARC from NetGalley a long time ago. I think this book came out in 2017, I think, and I'm just now getting to it, so I know I'm like a horrible reviewer, but I finally decided to pick this one up and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. So in this world, people have elemental powers, so like they work with fire or water, or they can bend metal into whatever, stuff like that. But there's supposedly, according to the prophecy, a queen who has all of the elemental powers, and when she comes to fruition, like when she appears, then her counterpart will also appear. There's like a sun queen and I don't know what the other one's called. Now that I'm thinking about it, but when they appear, then the angels will come back, and that's what they're scared of, because the angels, they want to like take them all out. They're not good. So yeah, we're following Riel, who, you know, has been hiding this secret forever, and then she's like put through all of these trials, and then you're following this other perspective. You don't know much about her, although she's kind of hard on her luck. She's this like assassin for hire type deal. She lives like 1,000 years after Riel does, and you know, she's just living, you know, she's just trying to do these jobs to get her mother and her brother out of this place that they're living, to move on to somewhere better. And then these things happen, everything kind of like gets all muddled, and it's really good. I highly recommend it. I know I did a horrible job explaining it, but I read this at the very beginning of January or December, and I don't really remember a lot of the details, but I will tell you that if you like fantasy, if you like elemental magic, then in dual timelines, I think you're gonna enjoy it. Again, I gave that one 4 stars. For that, I picked up My Lovely Wife by Samantha Downing. I've been wanting to read this one for a long time. If you guys have been watching me for a while, I always talk about how I haven't read this one yet, and I want to. I finally picked it up in December. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, a high 4-star rating. I use Cawpile, if you guys didn't know. It's a rating system that G from Book Roast has put together, and she's kind enough to let anyone use it, so I use that. If you guys have any questions about Cawpile, I suggest that you go over to G's channel, which is Book Roast, and she has plenty of videos explaining Cawpile. You can download your own Cawpile spreadsheet if you would like, and all of the information will be there. So I read My Lovely Wife. Wow, this book. So at first, I will tell you, I was like, okay, it's good, but like I kind of feel like I got it. Like I know what's gonna happen. Nope, definitely did not. Didn't know. Wow, so good. So good. I can't even say a bad thing about it. I don't want to talk about it too much, but it's good. If you like thrillers and you like domestic thrillers, go read that one. Really, really good. Then I picked up, in the States it's called Voyage of the Frost Heart by Jamie Littler. In the UK, I think it's just called Frost Heart. This is a middle grade Arctic fantasy, polar fantasy, and it follows a little boy named Ash, who is different than everybody that is a part of his stronghold, and they kind of fear him. They whisper behind his back, and he is all alone. His parents went off on a voyage and they never returned, and he ends up being under the care of a Yeti, and things happen and they end up on this epic voyage. He's trying to find his family. He's trying to figure out who he is. He doesn't know who to trust or what to believe. And he's always kind of been an outcast in his stronghold. And it's really good. It's very fast paced. It can be a little funny sometimes. Like the cast of characters is really great. So if you like middle grade and polar fantasy, you're gonna love this one. It's really, really good. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I got this as a recommendation from Jade over at JD Ray Reads. She's always recommending this one. I think it's one of her favorite books. So glad I read it. Really cute. I don't know when the second one comes out in the US. I think the second one's out in the UK, but it has not come out here if I remember correctly. So whenever that comes out, I will definitely be picking it up. After that, I picked up The Christmas Sisters by Sarah Morgan. This one I also gave 4 out of 5 stars. A lot of 4-star reads this month. It was a pretty good reading month. This one is obviously a Christmas story. This is set in the Scottish Highlands. It's about family, essentially. These 3 sisters lost their parents to a climbing accident, like an avalanche, and so they were adopted by a close family friend, and every year at Christmas, the mom tries to make Christmas super special for all of them. She wants everything to be perfect. She has some guilt about what happened to their parents, and the girls are all grown now. We have one sister who lives there with them, with the parents, and we have the other 2 who live in New York City, and they've all kind of like went their separate ways. They don't really talk. They're kind of closed off from each other, and they're kind of just like dealing with this trauma that they experienced so many years ago. And it's cute. There's a little bit of romance. There's a lot of family dynamics here, and I liked it a lot more than I thought I would. Like, I thought I was gonna like it, and as I started reading it, I was like, okay, and then there was like a point when I was like, but by the end of it, it was really cute, and I highly recommend it. If you like holiday stories, if you like family dynamics, you know, I really enjoyed this one. After that, I picked up my favorite read of the month, which is The Black Flamingo by Dean Atta. I give this one 5 out of 5 stars. It ended up on my favorite books of 2020 list. It is so good, and if you have not read it and you like YA and you like stories told in verse, and you know, then please go and read it. It was like, I have heard great things about it. I didn't know what I was going to think about it myself, honestly. I had no clue. And so I went into it as such, and man, it like blew me away. So this is the story of a boy who, from the very beginning of the story, him very young, he's trying to figure out who he is. He's Jamaican and Greek, okay? He is exploring his sexuality, and the story's told in verse, and my god, like, I flew through it. Number one, obviously it's told in a verse, and I just didn't want to put it down. I read almost like 3/4 of the book in one setting, and finished it the next day. But I can't remember the name of the main character. But he is gay, and he's trying to find himself. He goes off to college, he joins the drag society, and again, like, it's just an exploration of him trying to find himself, like who he is, not only as a black man, but where does he fit into like the white side of his family. And you know, it talks about his sexuality, and he's trying to figure that out. Like, is he gay, is he bi, he's not sure. He's exploring all of these things, and just go pick it up. Like, if you like YA and you like coming of age stories and you want to be like hit right in the feels, please go and pick that up, because I can't recommend it enough. Like, it's really good. That one was hard to follow up, but I picked up In a Holidays after that. This is by Christina Lauren. This is just like a Christmas story, romance. This is about a woman named May who every Christmas, every holiday, her family and a close family friend and their family meet up at this cottage in the middle of the woods, and they spend a week there over Christmas, and they like have all these family traditions, etc, etc. And something happens, and she finds herself reliving the same day over and over and over again, like Groundhog's Day. Per Call Pile, this still ended up being a 4-star read, but it is like barely 4 stars. Barely 4 stars. So the last book that I read in the month of December is Grown by Tiffany D. Jackson. This book is so good. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, but mind you, it's like on the higher of the 4 stars, whereas this is on the lower end of 4 stars, almost 3. So I don't know what to tell you guys about it. I will tell you trigger warnings for rape, for sexual assault, for domestic violence, for being held against your will. You know, and I know like in the very beginning of the story, they give you a content warning, so make sure you check that out if those things might be a trigger for you. Very good story. So the social commentary in here is really good. The story is great. I mean, the opening scene, you have our main character enchanted like in this hotel room, and there's blood everywhere, and you have no idea what happened. And then like the story rewinds itself and starts from the very beginning. So you see what happened at the end, and then you go back through her life to see how she got there. And wow, like I didn't know, I thought I was gonna like it. It's been on my list for a long time. I just didn't realize how much I was gonna like it. So again, if you like YA, if those things are not triggers for you, I would highly recommend picking that one up because it's really, really good. So that's all I read in the month of December. Leave me an emoji that represents the cold. So snowman, snowflake, sled, winter, something like that. Just leave me something like that because it's freezing here. It's like in the 20s. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Goodreads, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.